Prophecy, prophecy, prophecy. When God's servants speak forth, the wise listen. Deuteronomy 18:22. God is still saying something.
Emmanuel, God is still saying something. This is Ruth reporting for Emmanuel TV. On Sunday, the 3rd of January 2010, Prophet TB Joshua gave a prophetic message regarding the leader of a French-speaking African country. These were his words.
The message for the nation and the world. There's one of the African countries which will help in prayer so that they will not send their democracy backward again. Because I'm seeing a kind of coup attempt on the leader of one of the Africa. This is one of the French-speaking countries.
Again, on Sunday, the 17th of January 2010, the prophet once more spoke concerning the same revelation.
Prayer against something against democracy, coup, of one of the Africa countries. Pray.
And again, for a third time, Prophet TB Joshua, within the same month of January, Sunday the 31st, spoke about a coup attempt in an African French-speaking country.
Pray against a coup in one of the Africa countries. This is one of the French-speaking countries.
This is CNN Breaking News.
All right, let's start with that breaking news out of West Africa. There are reports of an ongoing attempted coup in Niger.
In exact confirmation of the prophetic revelation, on Thursday, the 18th of February 2010, breaking news hit international media that Niger's president, Mamadou Tanja, was seized in a violent coup d'etat. The president of the West African French-speaking nation of Niger was taken hostage after armed soldiers stormed the presidential palace in the capital Niamey on Thursday. Let's watch the breaking news.
This is CNN Breaking News.
All right, let's start with that breaking news out of West Africa. There are reports of an ongoing attempted coup in Niger. The sounds of gunfire rattling the capital. Christian Purefoy is tracking the story from Lagos, Nigeria. Christian, it's all a bit sketchy right now, but we're hearing reports of gunfire, of a president missing. Tell us what you know.
Yes, Hala, reports coming out of Niger right now are extremely mixed, but the things that we do know, it is being described as an ongoing coup attempt in the capital of Niger, Niamey. There's been sporadic gunfire throughout the day in the capital, and the streets around the presidential palace have been blocked off. And most importantly, Hala, we don't know where the president is. Varying reports coming out. One of them is that he's been led away by soldiers and hasn't been seen since, but also by the embassy in London and by journalists on the ground that him and the cabinet are in the presidential palace safe and well. We don't know yet, Hala, who is actually behind this coup plot or why, but it does seem to be one faction of the military, and it does come after rising tensions in Niger, Hala. We've had the president try and force through a third-term bid, Hala, in the last couple of months.
But just to sort of put Niger into perspective for our viewers, and I want to show our viewers a map of the western part of Africa where Niger is.
Let's watch another news report.
The new military junta in Niger has announced the dissolution of the government after toppling former President Mamadou Tanja. The country's constitution has been dissolved, while all institutions of state have also been dissolved. Niger's Supreme Court for the Restoration of Democracy, the CSRD, has named squadron leader Salou Djibo, whose heavily armed unit was reported to have played a key role in Thursday's coup, as head of state. The CSRD also directed that public business be managed by secretaries of ministries and local government administration. Ousted Mamadou Tanja is still in a military barrack close to the presidential palace. Niger Republic has experienced a long period of military rule since independence from France in 1960. Tanja himself took over in a military coup and then transmitted to a civilian. He has served out the 2 terms allowed under the constitution before he decided to change the constitution to give himself another term. His referendum to approve the new constitution was roundly condemned by world leaders, but he railroaded the process to achieve his objective.
Note how Prophet TB Joshua describes the nation where the coup would take place.
Because I'm seeing a kind of coup attempt on the leader of one of the Africa. This is one of the French-speaking countries.
In accordance with Prophet TB Joshua's words, the Republic of Niger is an African country whose official language is French, a French-speaking country, just as the Prophet had said. The events that have been taking place in recent times in the Republic of Niger have indicated that their democracy is going backwards. Let us recall the Prophet's words.
There's one of the Africa countries which will help in prayer so that they will not send their democracy backward again.
Niger's President Tanja, a former army officer, came to power in 1999 in the formerly coup-prone country, which has undergone long periods of military rule since it broke from France in 1960. On the 26th of May 2009, after 2 terms in power, President Tanja dissolved parliament after the country's constitutional court ruled against plans to hold a referendum on whether to allow him a 3rd term in office. He was widely criticised when he changed the constitution to allow him to stand for a 3rd term. As both national and international pressure mounted, it was clear the Niger's democracy was indeed in crisis.
Pray against a coup in one of the Africa countries. This is one of the French-speaking countries.
Notice the words of Prophet TB Joshua about a coup attempt in one of the African French-speaking nations. This was exactly the headline used by various news media. An attempted coup in Niger. The exact words used by Prophet TB Joshua in the prophecy.
Because I'm seeing a kind of coup attempt on the leader of one of the Africa. This is one of the French-speaking countries.
It was indeed a coup that happened in the African country of Niger on Thursday, the 18th of February 2010. News hit the headlines that gunfire broke out around the presidential palace and continued for 30 minutes. Niger's President Tanja and his cabinet were seized and then held by soldiers after gun battles in Niger's capital, Niamey. The military leaders of the coup announced on national television that they had suspended the country's constitution and dissolved all state institutions. Notice how Prophet TB Joshua prophesied a coup attempt on the leader of one of the African countries.
Because I'm seeing a kind of coup attempt on the leader of one of the Africa. This is one of the French-speaking countries.
Truly, the prime target in the military coup was President Mamadou Tanja, the leader of the African country of Niger. We at Emmanuel TV and the Synagogue Church of All Nations pray for the citizens and the nation of the Republic of Niger, that God would guide and protect them and grant them peace within, even when everything around them is unquiet. To witness the power of prophecy, join us every Sunday for our live service on Emmanuel TV at 9 a.m. West Africa time, 10 a.m. Central Africa time, 3 p.m. Indochina time, 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 12 a.m. Pacific Time, and 3 a.m. USA Eastern Standard Time. This is Ruth reporting for Emmanuel TV. Remember, God is still saying something.